Hi! Today we're going to be talking about how to create and maintain an organized notebook for the 2015-2016 school year. This is Job Aid Part 2. First, you're going to need a 5-subject notebook that looks like this. The next thing you need to know about your organized notebook is that you need to refer to Job Aid 1, which tells you how to recognize important papers that are going to go in your notebook. The key word here is important, so your teacher will either say this is an important paper, glue it onto the page 3 of the language arts section. Or your teacher will say, this is an important paper, we don't have time to glue it yet, so put it in the language arts folder of your notebook. So, once you know that papers are important, the next thing you need to know is that your organized notebook is going to have a table of contents. The table of contents is going to go on the inside cover of your notebook. And as you can see, you've got sections that are labeled. So this one says warm up, cool down. And then you're also going to have page numbers. So page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. And each section has front to back pages. You're going to use all of the pages, so the front and the back. In total, each section has 72 pages. So your table of contents will have 5 different section titles with page 1 through 72 numbered on it. So, to give you an example of what the next step in organizing your notebook is, your teacher says that a paper is very important and you're going to glue it into the language arts section. So you take your glue and you take your scissors if you need to cut it down. You're going to cut and glue, and you're going to put it, if your teacher says put it in the language arts section on page 1. You're going to go ahead and glue it, and you're going to put it on page 1 of the language arts section. And it'll end up looking like this. So as you can see, we've got my handout, and it's on page 1 of the language arts notebook. You can see the page number there. So once you've done that, you go back to your table of contents, and you're going to write in the language arts section. You're going to take page 1 and you're going to write in the title of what you just glued in. So the handout I just did was called Freckle Juice Review. So in my warm-up section, you'll see now that I wrote in Freckle Juice Review. Okay? So that tells you how to cut and glue papers into the right page and section of your notebook. It also tells you how to fill out your table of contents. Next, you need to know how to number your pages. So, to number your pages, you're going to put page 1 on the front side of the page, of the first page of the section, and then on page 2, that's going to be the back side of that page. You're going to number front and back for every page from 1 to 72. And when you get to a new section, you're going to start from 1 again. Now, the next thing you need to know about is that each of your notebooks has different folders. These folders are where you're going to keep important papers until they're ready to be glued into your notebook. So, you're going to label each folder. So this one is before the language arts section, so I labeled it Language Arts Folder. All of my language arts handouts that I haven't had time to actually glue in are going to go in here until the teacher instructs me on what page and what section to glue into. Okay? So, you now know how to number your pages, how to label your folders, how to glue into the right page, and how to mark into your table of contents. This is what you need to know to create an organized notebook for the 2015-2016 school year. Feel free to reference this as a way to remember if you forget how to do any part of this for your organized notebook. And please feel free to look at Job Aid number 3 to continue learning how to actually go onto your teacher's website, find and print the handouts that you may have misplaced or lost so that you can glue them into the notebook or put them in the folders to glue in with your teacher later on, and so that you don't get a bad grade in class, so you can actually take responsibility and get your handouts from the web to put into your notebook. Okay, thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you on Job Aid 3.